these and about fat, but what effect do these have when it comes to our aches and pains? And could inflammation be a reason that you're not reaching your health goals? Well, certified nutritionist Lauren Talbot is back with some helpful tips on this. So Lauren, explain first what inflammation is.
Sure. So inflammation is your body's natural defense mechanism. So if we were to fall and we were to bump our knee, the blood is going to rush to that injury, that area.
It swells up.
It swells up. It gets hot. It gets red. That's perfectly fine. That's normal. That's the body trying to heal. But when we start to have excess inflammation, then it becomes a problem. Because if you fell and bumped your knee and you expect to get better, you don't expect it to keep getting worse.
Yeah.
But
if you did it every single day, several times a day, like, it would be a problem. So, but the kind of inflammation you're talking about really comes from what we're putting into our bodies.
Exactly.
So it stems from lack of nutrition.
Lack of nutrition, and foods are inflammatory and anti-inflammatory too.
Okay.
So inflammation actually in the body can cause anything from skin disorders and acne, allergies, to even more serious things like Alzheimer's. A study just came out showing that inflammation in a pregnant mother's gut is linked to autism in children too. So there's a lot of connection to what inflammation does in the body.
Right.
And so certain foods,
watch what you are eating.
Exactly. So certain foods are going to have an anti-inflammatory effect.
And we hear a lot about this in the news about, you know, things like berries and certain vegetables that are high in anti-inflammatory properties. Here's the list of them here on our screen.
Yeah, those are just a few that I have in my fridge right now. That's my nutritionist fridge. But we have berries, avocado, kale, fennel, sweet potatoes. It's ironic or not so ironic, but the things that are, once again, closest to Mother Nature, closest to the stem, to the vine, those are the foods that are going to be anti-inflammatory. Those are the things that we want to put more into our body than the foods that are going to be inflammatory. And they're going to create that irritation, really, that stress in the system.
Now, if we just add these foods, but we're still going through the drive-through at McDonald's and we're still eating the bad stuff, you know, because I think to expect people to completely get rid of all the processed foods that they've become so accustomed to eating on a daily basis, and things that we don't even think of that are necessarily bad for us, things that we were used to buying at the grocery store all the time.
Yep.
So if we just add these things to our diet, is that at least a little helpful?
Absolutely. I mean, any nutrients you can put into your body is absolutely going to be more helpful. And what I find with my clients is the more they start adding those anti-inflammatory foods, the more they start craving those things, and the less they start eating of the inflammatory foods.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we want to, one of the biggest inflammatory foods, one of the foods that causes a lot of inflammation in the body is flour. And so I grew up in New Jersey, and I ate a lot of Italian food. I mean, we got some crackers here, some pasta. We've got these veggie straws over here, which are really just white potatoes that are fried, and they add in a little, like, veggie coloring in there. But if you had told me that I had to eat healthier and I wouldn't be able to eat pasta, I probably would have cried. But you can do something. This is what I call the spiralizer. It is my BFF, it is my friend, it is my client's friends. They're now available in Williams-Sonoma.
Okay.
And what you can do is you can take this innocent little yellow squash, or we can take this zucchini. And if you're trying to trick your kids or your husband into thinking this is spaghetti, you would want to peel off the green.
Right.
But we're not going to try to trick anyone here. So we're just going to, let's see, if you just cut off both ends.
Okay.
Hold this. I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay.
So let's flip it around.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
So how awesome is that?
I need one of these.
Okay, it's so easy. Kids love to do it. I have one of my clients, she gives each of her children 2 large zucchini, and they make their own spaghetti for the night.
So then do you cook the zucchini after this? What do you do with it?
No, so this is, okay, so no, you would, if I love red sauce. I have a red sauce obsession. And so you would cook your red sauce, and then when you're about ready to serve it, just throw this in or put the red sauce on top of it. And this is so fragile and this is so watery that it's gonna cook within 20
You'll
seconds.
get just the perfect amount. It's not going to be cold vegetables in your mouth.
What's so great about this, though, Lisa, is the fact that we hear so much about gluten-free this, gluten-free that. Gluten is very inflammatory. It can create a lot of inflammation in the body. It can really worsen a lot of conditions. This is naturally gluten-free. We don't need a box of pasta. This has a lot of minerals in it, a lot of fiber, naturally gluten-free.
It's
so
natural. And I'm a firm believer that if you introduce things like this to your children when they're younger,
Absolutely.
there are no fights later on when they actually get used to eating healthier.
You're totally right. So when we're putting all these anti-inflammatory things into our body, where this is our intestines, if you remember, we're lessening that inflammation from within,
Yeah.
and can really heal the body from the inside out.
Oh, it's such good stuff. Lauren, I love when you're here, and I'm going to go to Williams-Sonoma, you
Yes,
said, is where they have these?
Williams-Sonoma.
Okay, I'm going to get one today. You can pick up a copy of Lauren's book, by the way. It's called The Clear Skin Detox Diet. It's at bookstores, and we will have a link to her website at thebroadcasttv.com. And we're back with more after this.